Hello, hello. I'm back again. Yes, you thought you were going to get rid of me. No, you cannot get rid of me. Here's the key. I'm keep coming back and I'm going to keep doing these videos and I'm going to keep doing these episodes. Why? Because persistency is the key. And I want to talk to you about persistency because when you're persistent, things start happening for you and you start getting things done. And because I'm persistent in moving forward and reading this book, and because you are persistent in working with me and going on with me reading this book, we are all going to cross the finish line together. How hot is that? So with that being said, this is Tony with the Y, the simple guy, coming to you with S.S.P, Simple Success Principles for reading. And so what I want to do is I want to start off with, you know the drill. Ink pen, colorful ink pen, make it fun. If you think it, yes, ink it. Highlighter, highlight it. Water, high quality H2O. Glasses, if you need glasses, like I said before, if you don't need glasses, it's okay. We are going to move forward, right? But I do. And last but not least, wow. Colorful cards, fun. We are having fun. Are you having fun? Because I'm having fun. I'm having fun because I know somebody out there, some kind of way, some shape, or some form is learning, is reading along with me, and we're going to cross the finish line together. When we cross the finish line together, I have a special gift at the end of reading this book that I am going to make available to you, a link that you can click on and boom, you will get it. Wow, how hot is that? Let's power through, right? We are in chapter 21. Woo, we are powering through. Thank you. You probably heard this before, but it's one of the best examples of relationship between failure and success that I know of. Abraham Lincoln. Know of, period. Abraham Lincoln had less than 1 year of formal schooling, failed in business twice, and lost 8 of the 10 elections he was in before winning the presidency in 1860. But is he remembered for his failures? No. He is remembered for saving the Union, abolishing slavery, and being a man of great integrity and courage. Where would this nation be if Lincoln had a below average failure quotient? Failure quotient, I repeat it. Yes, each of us has our own personal failure quotient. In other words, how many times a person is willing to fail before succeeding? How many times are they willing to get knocked down and then get back up, knowing that they are almost certain to get knocked back down again? How much failure can they endure on the road to success? Perhaps the single most important factor that determines if a person will achieve everything they want in life or simply settle for crumbs is their failure quotient. Fortunately for the United States of America, Abraham Lincoln had a very high failure quotient. I guess mine is fairly low. If I get 3 or 4 no's in a row, I stop for a donut, I chuckle. Did you know that R.H. Macy failed 7 times to get his department store chain off the ground before he finally succeeded? Do you know the type of rejection Harlan Sanders withstood when he started Kentucky Fried Chicken? Here's a guy who turns 65 and gets his first retirement check, only discover it's not enough to live on. So he goes on the road and spends the next 2 years trying to sell owners of fast food restaurants on the idea of using his chicken recipe. And in that 2-year time, how many restaurants do you think he signed up? I don't know. 0. Not a one. Any normal person would have quit, but the Colonel wasn't normal. He was extraordinary. He keeps going. He gets better at his presentation, and finally he gets one acceptance, and then another, and another, and then another. I guarantee you the taste of success he enjoyed at that point wasn't sweet. It was finger-licking good. We can never let the word no devastate us. Think for a moment what it must be like to be a doctor. Every doctor knows that eventually someday they're going to lose a patient. Now, what if every doctor, when they finally did lose a patient, said, that's it, I'm done, I failed and I'm through with medicine? What would happen? Pretty soon we'd have no doctors left, I answered. That's right. That's why in medical school, every doctor is taught the magic word they need for when they lose a patient so they can get past the pain and keep going. What's the word? I asked. Simple. The magic word is next. When a doctor loses a patient, they must be able to focus on their next patient. They must be able to move on. It's the only rational approach. But what do most of us do when we have a failure? We analyze it and languish over it and let ourselves get buried by it, when what we should do when something doesn't go our way is to simply say next and move on. You make it sound easy. It isn't easy, but like everything else in life, it becomes easier with practice. I wish I knew where my reluctance to hear no came from. I tried to pinpoint it, but I really don't know. It doesn't matter where it came from, he exclaimed. The underlying reasons that people become afraid of rejection are countless. The way they were raised, an early traumatic sales experience, who knows and who cares? All I know is that inspirational CDs cannot coax your fears away. Threats won't scare them away, and ignoring your fear won't make it go away on its own. The only way is to learn to numb yourself to know. You mean to ignore it? No, I mean the opposite. Numbing yourself to know isn't about ignoring it. It's about experiencing it so often that eventually it loses its power over you. Do the thing you fear, and the fear will go away, I finished. Yes, just remember, Eric, that Lincoln is remembered for his accomplishment, not his failures. Babe Ruth is remembered for his record 714 homers, not his 1,330 strikeouts, which was also a record. When everything in life is over and done with, no one will remember your failures, just your successes, and neither will you. And with that, my mirror image shifted his attention to the activity of flying the plane, and we began our gradual descent towards Monterey. Let me see. I want to go back some. It says, it doesn't matter where, it says, I wish I knew where my reluctance to hear no came from. I've tried to pinpoint it, but it doesn't matter where it came from, he's saying. Here it is. The underlying reasons that people become afraid of rejection are countless. The way they were raised, an early traumatic sales experience, who knows and who cares. Now, I want to close on this. The reason why most people fail is there's 4 things. The reason why most people fail, or 3 things rather. It's 3. Number 1, how they were raised, right? How they were raised by their parents, being around their siblings, how they were raised, right? What they were taught, your teacher, your guidance counselor, anybody of authority figure. What are they teaching you? Your pastor, your deacon, your deaconess, your ministers. How you were taught. What were the things that you were taught? Even your job is teaching. Your place of employment is teaching you something. You're being taught, whether you know it or not, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You're being taught something. So how you were taught, and the culture that you live in. I'm an African American. I lived in African American culture. So there were things in my culture that I saw that were teaching me with my eyes, and things that I heard that were teaching me with my ears, and conversations that I had with other people that were teaching me. Okay, so the culture that you live in, it doesn't matter what culture you come from, right? The bottom line is you're being taught something from the culture that you were raised in. Okay, they're teaching you something, whether it's positive or negative, they're teaching you something. Okay, we're all being taught. And so that is one of the things that we need to break free from. And the only way to break free from that is to start reading books, going to seminars, listening to We got YouTube, we got Facebook, we got LinkedIn, we got Snapchat, we got Twitter, we got all these social media platforms that you can go out and look at good, healthy content. Stop looking at junk. They have a saying, garbage in, garbage out. Stop looking at junk, okay? What you put in yourself is what you're going to get out of yourself. If I start putting burgers and fries and burgers and fries and burgers and fries and burgers and fries, what do you think is going to happen to me health-wise? And I don't run, I don't exercise, I don't do none of those things. I don't drink water, I don't do none of those. What do you think is going to happen to me over time? Over time. Easy to do, but easy not to do. What's going to happen to me over time? Over time, I'm slowly but surely eroding this body away. Now, it's going to decay on its own, but I'm assisting in that. So what I decided to do was start doing healthy things, start doing positive things, start reading positive things. Remember, I told you in the episodes way back, the only reading that I was doing was I was reading girly magazines, that's garbage. That was garbage in. So what was the outcome? Garbage out, Look at all these girls, wrong. Okay, garbage in, garbage out. Well, comic books, okay. Comic books is the fantasy land. It's make-believe. So I would imagine I was Superman, Batman, Flash, Green Lantern, boom, this person, that person, not living in a fantasy and not living in reality. Comic books, sports magazines, Sports Illustrated, watching other athletes and stuff like that and reading stories about that. So garbage in, garbage out. I wasn't getting anything. I wasn't growing when I was looking at those books, right? Then I started reading motivational books, right? They call them self-help books. People always knock self-help books. They say, hey, they don't help you. Yes, they do. I'm living proof that those books helped me. It led me to the Bible, and I read the Bible in a year. Why? Because I was putting good things in, good things started coming out. That's the reason why I'm talking to you today about helping you to break free from all the stigma, all the past that has been heaped on you. I want you to take that baggage and all that junk, put it in a bag and put it in the trash and never to look at it again, to move forward. That's my heart. That's my goal. That's why I'm on this YouTube channel. And I will stay on this YouTube channel until the Lord calls me home. And I will continue to read and read and read and read and read. And if you're not able to read, that's okay. I can read, so I'll read to you. And you just listen and you just take it in, because guess what? Good things are going in, good things will come out. And somewhere along the line, you're going to say something or you're going to do something. You're going to say, wow, where did I get that from? TonY with the Y, the simple guy. I was watching him and he said something and it sparked this in me and I was able to break free and move forward. So I know this episode is a little bit long, but that's okay. I wanted this to be long because I want to empower you. This is what I'm doing. I'm empowering you to be able to accomplish anything that you choose to accomplish positive with a great attitude. It says your attitude will control your altitude. And then it says your attitude is contagious. Is yours worth catching? And I have a great attitude. And I'm going to push that over onto you. And I will light your attitude. And then you'll have a great attitude. And then we'll both have a great attitude. And then when you have a great attitude, you'll light another person and who will light another person. And then we will all be people of great attitudes, able to accomplish any God-given dream that God has given us. Because guess what? We will have taken the limits off and we will have unlimited, untapped resources. This is TonY with the Y, the simple guy, saying to you, I high five you. We are moving right along. We are powering towards the finish line. I can see the finish line and we are heading there together. Dream big, but keep it simple. Why? Because you will never be bigger than your dreams. I want you to dream big. And don't let nobody tell you how to dream big. Because guess what? Those are your dreams, not their dreams. Right? Right. Take care. Take charge. I will talk with you later.